Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. Now, before we get into this, make sure you follow me on my Telegram channel. I left a link to that in the live chat and the description below. They post a lot of different trading setups throughout the week, and you don't want to be missing out on that, so make sure you check that out. But like I said, got another live stream. I'm going to talk you through what's happening in the charts today and see if you've got any opportunities coming up. So far for AUD, still looking bullish for this one on the daily time frame, and on the week you can see we are still looking bullish there as well. We had a bullish candle last week, and it looks like we're going to have a bullish week as well this week. You can see the daily time frame kind of took off outside that resistance there that will kind of have those wicks into. Price was trying to break above, and then you can see that today looks like we're broken above. So far for hourly as well, you can see it's had some nice resistance here. I did say that if price was to get back above this level of support here, probably going to go and test the highs and probably create some new highs as well. You can see we tried to break through the lows here. We kind of held with that support, and then we saw the bullish candle come back above that area of support we held, and we saw price come and test the highs, and then the news came in, and from there we saw price just continue to the upside for AUD/USD. So again, still looking bullish for this one, and again the higher time frames, daily, weekly, and even monthly, all bullish as well. So there's nothing saying that this can't continue a lot further. Again, due pullback soon, but going to have to be waiting patient for that. Price action is looking like we'll continue to the upside, and until we see some indication, price could easily continue. EURUSD still looking bullish as well. Like I said, for this one, we had this trend line here in the market and this resistance. I said price was squeezing below that resistance and above that trend line, so it just depends which way price wants to break to. You can see we broke to the upside, came back for a retest, held with the news, and price just continued to the upside. So if we did break through the resistance, price is probably going to create some higher highs, and you can see that's exactly what happened there. On the daily chart as well, still looking bullish there as well. We got a close above this level of resistance in the market, which I was talking about on my weekly analysis for this week. So if we do see a candle this week close above those highs where we had all those wicks, we're probably going to see another high for EURUSD, and price continue to the upside again, just because we had all these wicks around this area in the market here. Price has been trying to break it for several days, testing it consistently and failing to break it. So if you do get a close above that, we'll probably see price continue a lot further and see a break up to the upside. And you can see from the higher time frames, weekly as well, still looking bullish. We had a breakout all the way from this level all the way down here, saw a breakout of that, close, and price has been continuing to the upside. So monthly, weekly, and daily, all high time frames, all bullish for USD. So again, there's nothing saying that this market can't continue much higher. And so far for hourly time frame, again, still looking bullish for that market as well. USD CAD, again, still looking bearish. We saw the news come in, tried to break through this key level in the market. This is the key level I said that price needs to break for us to really see a counter trend move to the upside for USD CAD, because from a daily point of view, we had some really nice key level support going through the market here. So again, support all along here, support there. So again, really nice key level where we had the counter trend move from on USD CAD. So expecting price to come back and retest our resistance. But you can see on the 4-hourly time frame, we found the key level in the market acting as support and resistance, and it's been tested numerous times. As you can see, it's acting as support really well there. Zoom in. So again, acting as support really well here, acting as resistance as well there. You can see we tried to break through it again with the news we had yesterday, and price pulled all the way back and closed bearish, and from them been looking bearish. And you can see that we had that wick to the upside, so naturally you do expect price to give us another push to the downside to go and test the lows, or maybe even create some lower lows, just because we are holding at that key level, and it's going to take a lot for us to go and break it. And when we do break it, we can probably see that counter trend move to go and test the highs up here. But for now, that key level in the market is holding. So far we're retesting the lows previously made for us down here on USD CAD, so it'll be interesting to see if we break through that level or not. But again, there's nothing saying that we won't be able to break through it, because again, very bearish trend for us from the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame. So it's looking like this market could continue a lot further if it wants to. But again, we are due counter trend move soon, so I won't be surprised if you do see that key level getting broken soon and seeing that push higher. UCJPY still looking bearish for this one. Again, like I said in my weekly analysis as well, we'll probably be expecting to see a move to the downside this week. You can see on the daily chart here, we have this bearish trend line. For us, we've had 4 previous tests, again, one there, second there, third, and a fourth test. And then we saw price make the lows down here and had the vaccine news give us a push to the upside. Then we had impulse move right back down, and the price was kind of just moving sideways for USDJPY. And we're probably expecting to see price roll over to the downside and just continue that bearish momentum. Because you can see impulsive move, that was just the pullback, the correction, and expect another impulsive move back to the downside to the lows, and probably actually break through the lows, which I said earlier as well. And it looks like we're actually creating some new lows as well, therefore USDJPY. So again, that could continue on, because again, the overall market is still very bearish for USDJPY, kind of just staying below our moving averages on the weekly. You can see the past 3 weeks as well. If you look on the weekly time frame, we had wicks to the upside as well, so that is another sign that we're failing to create some new highs there and continue to the upside. And that was a sign that we're probably going to fall back to the downside and probably create some new lows. So for USDJPY, I probably expect price to eventually go and fill this wick here potentially for USDJPY. You can see where we are in the market, still very bearish trend here. We wicked all the way down to the lows here. Again, we were very volatile back then, but I think price is probably going to slowly just creep to the downside for USDJPY and go and fill that wick potentially and come all the way to the lows before we see any major reversals, and potentially could just be staying below that trend line. Obviously, you could see a deeper pullback maybe. As you can see, prior to that, we've had big impulsive candles before coming up and back down again, so you could see that instance breaking it and breaking back down. But I probably believe that USDJPY is going to come back to the lows all the way down there where we wicked back in earlier 2020. So for USDJPY, it's still looking very bearish now, creating some new lows. Do expect price to pull back eventually for this one. As you can see, the way we're moving to the downside is very corrective. After we have those impulsive moves to the downside, we normally see an impulsive move back up for USDJPY, go and test the trend line again, impulse move down, impulse move back up, impulse move down, impulse move back up. So again, after this impulse move down, I do expect price to retrace quite strongly to the upside and go and find that trend line for a 5th test, and probably see price roll over again, just because we're moving quite correctly and just staying below those moving averages on the weekly time frame. USD still looking bearish here for this one. Again, key level support, acting as support through the daily time frame there. We broke through it again, not counter trend, the actual trend move to the downside, and then you can see we're kind of running out of momentum here, but it looks like we picked up a little bit on the 4-hourly time frame. So we saw price break below this support area, quite key level support area on the 4-hourly time frame, acting as support very well numerous times along here. We saw price close below and then back above again on the 4-hourly time frame. So it was looking like potentially we're having a false breakout to the upside, but you can see we closed right back below, and from there we're looking bearish again. So again, that just looks like it was just a pullback, and probably expecting price to continue to the downside for USDCHF, maybe make some new lows. But you can see the overall price action here for USDCHF on the daytime frame is very corrective still. We had that impulse move to the downside, and we're kind of moving correctly in that same direction. So again, still bias is from a daily point of view, longer swing back to the upside to go and test that previous support as resistance, then probably see price roll back over again, or if you do see a break, more of a counter trend move to the upside. But we are looking very bearish for this one. You can see the US dollar is clearly still bearish at this time. Obviously that can change by the end of the day, but the overall trend is still to the downside, and we are still looking bearish on these time frames. AUD has finally tested the highs up there. Like I was saying with this pair as well, when we're back over here, I was saying price is probably going to go and test the highs with this wick here, and probably even create some new highs. Like for AUD, I probably expect price to go and create some new highs now potentially. Obviously we're going to see some pullbacks in the market, but for AUD, I probably expect price to go a lot further for this one. As you can see, if I zoom out to the weekly, we've had a bullish trend now. We've broken through the last swing high quite a long time ago. For this trend, so we had a big impulse move to the upside. This move to the downside was just a pullback. I'm probably going to be seeing price go and break out some new highs and see more of a push to the upside for AUD. So in my opinion, this is probably still going to go up, but again, we'll probably do some retrace to the downside soon. You can see we had a really key level of support here on the daily time frame, previous resistance turn support. So again, all of this was all resistance turn support. You can see price held, gave us an engulfing candle there, at that support, and we've just been continue higher. So again, we've expected price to go and hit that level there, so I'm probably expect price to continue further. You can see on the 4 hourly time frame, still looking bullish. That had that big candle to the upside, so naturally going to be expecting price to retrace after that, of course, because of a very impulsive move to the upside. We're going to see some retrace, but again, probably expect price to give us more big moves to the upside for that pair. AUDJPY again still looking bullish. We have previous resistance all along here, now turned support. So as you can see here, you have the resistance there, which gave us the move to the downside at this counter trend move, and then we'll be looking bullish since the lows down here. You come up, broken above it, looks like we retested it, and again today's current candle is looking bullish. Obviously we've still got like 12 hours left before this candle closes, so we could see this candle still close bearish from a daily point of view. But if you do hold above this, like I said, potentially see price continue to the upside for AUDJPY a lot further. Again, you can see from the higher time frames, the daily, the weekly, and even the monthly as well, we are looking bullish on all those time frames. So there's nothing saying that we can't continue much further to the upside for this pair. We do have a really key level in the monthly time frame running through this level around 80.69, so around there. So it looks like we could be coming up to there from a monthly point of view. But yeah, I'll probably be expecting this market to continue to the upside for AUDJPY. Next we take a look at Euro AUD. Euro AUD, big move to the downside here. Again, we were testing a really key level that I was talking about yesterday, acting as support all along here, then acting as resistance. We came up, had a strong move to the downside, a bit of a pullback, and then we're looking bearish currently right now after 10 a.m. close. So I'm expecting Euro AUD actually to break out of these lows down here. You've got the wick, which I've all the way down here, which I've connected with a line across here. So currently we are below it. Probably do expect price by the end of the day to pull back above, probably just because it's a really key level, and probably the all-time low that we've had all the way since we've come to the highs up here. So I do expect price to pull back, maybe have a deeper pullback to come with Euro AUD to the upside, maybe come back and test previous highs up here. But I do expect price to eventually break to the downside below these lows and continue a lot further. But currently we are looking very bearish on the 4 hourly time frame, hourly as well. So I do expect to see some retrace in the market, but we are looking very bearish in those time frames. Euro GBP currently still looking bearish for this one. We came up to test the key level in the market here, acting as resistance. So again, you can see a really nice area of resistance, push the downside back up again, acting as resistance. Had a deeper push to the downside, but then we saw that impulsive move come through those levels, created that higher high. Now we kind of just leaped to the downside, and from then on we've come back to test this key level resistance. We had that big wick above it. Looks like we're failing to sustain those new highs, and now we've actually rolling over back to the downside. So I was probably expecting price to go and fill the wick and continue higher, but since that we've held at this resistance now, I'm looking bearish on UGP. My new target for this one is back to the lows down here for this pair. As you can see, this is a really key level, acting as support all along here. So again, support, so really key level support that UGP is continuously struggling to break through. So for me, since we've held it at this area of resistance, this is telling me that we're struggling to break through this key level, and that this impulse move is just a false breakout. I'm probably going to see price eventually roll over to the downside to this area in the market down here. So that's more of a long-term point of view. Again, we've still got a long way before we get to the lows down there. So again, still 130 pips to go for Euro GBP to the downside. So again, more of a long-term target. On the 4 hourly, we're currently testing a key level in the market here, so we could see a bounce to the upside before we see that longer move back to the lows. As you can see, acting as resistance here, acting as support. So again, we'll be acting as support as well. So you could see a bounce to the upside for Euro GBP for now, but I do expect price to eventually break through this and continue to the downside for that pair. Euro JPY still moving sideways for this one. This one's quite hard to tell which way we could be breaking out to. We did see impulse move to the upside, so it does look like we're just correcting ourselves. But because we do have a really key level just underneath it, we do have a key level just underneath price here. So again, acting as resistance once, twice, a third time, we could see a test of that level before we continue higher for Euro JPY and the 4 hourly as well. It's kind of hard to tell which way we possibly could break to. So again, just moving sideways, don't want to guess which way. But if you do break to the downside, expecting a test of the lows here around 125, so around there. And if you break to the highs from a daily point of view, expect the uptrend to continue and probably go and test the wick all the way up there which I've connected with a line all the way there. So just above around 127, expect price to go and test our highs up there. But yeah, it's a 50-50 which way this one can break through. Not really too sure of the price action there, just kind of moving sideways, so kind of hard to tell. And the USD still looking bullish with this one. As you can see in the daily chart, we had a break of the highs that we've had here. So again, really strong area of resistance. Retested it once, tested it once, tested it again, push the downside. Then we've seen a big push to the upside for NZD USD, and you can see so far it's still going. So again, that uptrend is still holding strong. You can see in the daily chart it's held the moving averages quite well, and from there we'll be looking very bullish. You can see on the weekly, monthly, all higher time frames all looking bullish. Monthly we actually come up to the 200 moving average, but as you can see it only goes up to 2015. So again, it's not really too much of a key level as of yet. That's more in terms for the futures, but for the weekly point of view, we're definitely overextended to the upside for NZD USD. You can see we broke through this resistance, broke through the 200 average, and from then we've had a really nice rally to the upside, and you can see the moving averages are quite spread out as well. So we're definitely extended there, and probably are due a pullback to come for this market soon. Obviously, you can see by the daily chart and the Friday chart, we're definitely not ready to have that pullback with that price action. Again, still looking very bullish there, and unless we see some strong bearish candles coming back into the market, saying we could be coming back down now, probably expect price to continue to the upside for this pair. Again, we are looking very bullish for NZD USD. Let's take a look at NZD CAD. Now, NZD CAD, we're looking bullish again. I probably expect price to come back to test the highs potentially for NZD CAD. We do have a key level of support and resistance going through here. As you can see, acting as resistance there, resistance acting as support. So maybe we'll come and test this level, so a little bit higher maybe, and then see that pullback, because as you can see, we had a really impulsive move to the downside. All this moving sideways, slightly bullishness, could just be a correction, and then we see another impulsive leg to the downside for NZD CAD. And as you can see, similar to NZD USD, we kind of extended to the upside. We did see that bearish engulfing candle on the weekly chart, so again, that does have some significance. But again, if the overall uptrend wants to continue, this could go much higher if it wants to. So again, currently looking bullish on the daily and on the Friday time frame, expecting price to continue maybe a little bit higher. Let's go and test this level up here. But if you do break through that, we're probably going to be coming back to the highs for NZD CAD. And if you do that, we can go a lot further. GPUSD still looking very bullish for this pair. As you can see, I've been saying for a few weeks now that from a monthly time frame, we're probably going to see price continue and break through this key level of resistance in the market here. So again, if I move this line up here, you can see a really key level of resistance holding us kind of moving sideways for GPUSD since around end of 2018, and we're kind of just moving sideways. So again, a really key level in the market. And then we saw this push to the upside, price retraced, held at that moving averages and gave us a morning star pattern. So from there, from a monthly point of view, probably wanted to see a break of that area of resistance, since we were holding this support down here, and see a counter trend move to the upside. So for GPUSD, from a monthly point of view, probably expecting price to come to this level here. So again, that kind of gives us an explanation why GPUSD is currently so bullish right now, also with the US dollar weakness as well. But I'm probably expecting GPUs to continue a lot further from a monthly point of view. Obviously, we do expect those pullbacks to happen, and recently we had one, which I thought was more of a counter trend move. But as you can see, we've been looking bullish since we had that. We had a gap up at the start of the week on Monday or Sunday evening, and then from there we've been looking very bullish for GPUSD. So from the higher time frames, I think this can go a lot further. We're going to be seeing pullbacks coming into the market soon. As you can see, we just had this big move to the upside with hardly any retrace. We did see that bearish candle there, but again, not really any major retrace for GPUSD. So again, could be seeing that coming into the market sooner. But again, for this one, we are looking very bullish, and there's nothing saying that we can't continue a lot further. Yeah, I'll take a look at NZD USD. Okay, so NZD USD, like I was saying, for this one, we are looking very bullish here. But again, from the high time frames point of view, we are definitely overextended, especially on the weekly chart. As you can see, we broke through the highs here of the resistance on the weekly time frame. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive bullish candles to the upside. So we're definitely extended and do expect to see a bearish week at least. come soon for NZD/USD, and a deeper pullback, potentially even to the previous resistance now turned support. But we do expect to see a bearish week coming to the market soon for NZD/USD. So again, we can look to capitalize on that. But as you can see, we're kind of not ready for that bearish week yet. You can see the daily candle so far is looking quite bullish. We've held the moving averages quite well. 4-hourly again still looking bullish here. You can see we kind of saw more bearish candles come into the market around this area here, but you can see we just had that US dollar news come in. We had the wick all the way to this area here. So if you broke through this area, I'll probably say yeah, and the USD is probably on its counter trend move to the downside now on its pullback. But you can see we did hold that level there, and since then we had that strong bullish candle coming back to the upside, and from then we're looking bullish. So for NZD/USD sell, you have to be careful if you're going to look for the sells currently, because from a Friday point of view, probably even hourly as well, even hourly we're still looking very bullish there. We could be seeing a deeper pullback potentially from our hourly time frame, potentially to go and test this level here. You can see we had some resistance, we had a doji, so again acting as resistance will be turned to support now. So if you're looking to scalp the market potentially and grab a quick few pips, from an hourly point of view, we could see a retrace into this area soon, but again probably want to be taking a profit quickly if you're going to be looking to short NZD/USD as of yet, just because from all higher time frames, all the way from the monthly, weekly, daily, and even 4-hourly, we're all looking very bullish for that. So want to be taking your profit quickly and probably wait for confirmation rather than just sell the market blindly. So that's probably my opinion on NZD/USD. Currently I'm in CAD JPY short and also CHF JPY short. I exited my NZD CHF trade yesterday. For here we're looking like we're moving sideways for CAD JPY. I had a short trade on for this pair all the way over here, I believe. We had the market was just moving sideways for quite a period of time. Then we saw the market drop, and now we're kind of just moving sideways. So it's kind of on the brink between turning bearish from bullish. As you can see, we had a really nice key level in the market over here. It looks like we have broken it. So if we have broken this, we'll probably see price go a lot further for CAD JPY. But if you do see price turn bullish again and hold this level again, we could be potentially creating a higher high for CAD JPY. We did hold this resistance here, saw impulsive candle to the downside, so it is saying that we can potentially go a lot further. And even from a daily point of view, we're kind of just moving sideways here for CAD JPY. You can see a really nice resistance all the way up here. Come to test it again, so looking to take advantage of the highs up there and see a drop to the downside. Potentially go and test this level around here, so around 80, around the 80 level there, to get acting as resistance all along here. So really nice level on the daily time frame, looking to take advantage of a swing to the downside to this level. So far price had that drop, moving sideways, not really moving anywhere. So I'm going to see how this trade plays out through the live stream. If anyone wants me to look at any different charts, any different pairs, and wants my analysis or just wants my opinion on the markets, just drop it in the live chat and I'll make sure I'll give you some analysis on that pair. But again, like I said, I'm just going to be seeing how the markets get on today, seeing how the US dollar pairs get on as well, and just seeing how a trade gets on as well throughout the live stream. And if anyone wants me to look at anything, just put it in the live chat and I'll give you some analysis on that pair. Okay, so it's just gone 12:30, so we're going to be looking to end the live stream shortly. Then do a quick rundown of what's happened in the markets and update you on my trade as well. So for AUDUSD, again, still looking bullish here on the 5-hourly time frame. Not much has happened. You can see the current candle is slightly bearish, but again, nothing too significant there. Again, the hourly time frame looking bearish there, but again, we do expect to see some pullbacks in this market now. As you can see in 5-hourly, a big push to the upside after finding support in this area in the market here. We held that area on the hourly time frame. Again, big push to the upside. So again, we could be seeing price coming back to this area here, previous resistance in the market. You can see we have that bearish doji there. So again, as previous resistance will be turned support. So from an hourly time frame, could see a pullback into this area potentially, and see price continue off again, or maybe have a deeper pullback. But we do expect some retrace now in this market, since we're quite extended to the upside. That could be happening on the hourly time frame. For hourly, however, it's still looking bullish there. Euro USD, again, still looking bullish. You can see we have previous resistance for us there. And we had this trend line in the market there, which I was saying, if price was to break through the resistance, we'll get a push to the upside. If we break through the trend line, we'll see our counter trend move. But as you can see, we kind of held the trend line there. We had that news take us all the way down to the lows here, got rejected, pulled all the way back up, and we saw price kind of retest that previous resistance as support now, and be looking bullish since then on the 4-hourly time frame, and hourly again still looking bullish there as well. So price can continue on for however long it wants to, until we start to see some strong bearish candles coming back into the market for that one. So no real opportunities there. USD CAD, we're back at this support here in the market, which we got to yesterday, I believe, where we saw this push to the upside. Now back to that same area, so potentially could see maybe another push to the upside, but again, for hourly time frame, no bullish indication yet. Hourly, again, just moving sideways, so could see another drop to the downside for that market. This is the key level on the 4-hourly time frame we were looking to break. So if you break through this level here, then potentially you can see that counter trend move back to the upside, back to our key level on the daily chart. As you can see on the daily chart, key level support all through here. Going to be expecting the price to come and retest that resistance soon. But obviously, as long as price stays bearish, you can continue on and go for a lot further if you wanted to. But you can see here currently it's still bearish here. We did have that key level that we come to test yesterday with that long wick to the upside. We pull all the way back down, closed bearish, and price had that move to the downside. So again, acting as support and resistance numerous times. So for me, that's the key level that needs to be broken for us to go and achieve this daily test over there. But so far, still looking bearish for USD CAD. USD still looking bearish as expected for this one. We did see price break out of the support, which we were expecting to see, and actually go and create some lower lows below this point here where we saw the vaccine news come in. So again, daily candle still looking very bearish. Of course, it can still pull back up and just give a wick to the downside, which is still possible since these are the lows achieved. But I probably think price will maybe close at a new low, maybe another bearish candle tomorrow, and then we could see maybe a push to the upside from next week for UCJPY back to this area here. Previous support will be turned resistance now. So again, could be looking to capitalize on opportunities to the upside to this area here. But so far, I see we're still bearish there. Price action still bearish on the 4-hourly and hourly, I believe, as well. So there's no buying indication for that one yet. And UCCHF, again, this one's still slowly climbing to the downside. Again, no real trade for us on the 4-hourly chart anyway for this pair. You can see we had a really key level going through the market here. Key level support. So a test there, second there, third, fourth. Bit of a false breakout, so price pushed to the upside. I believe that was the vaccine news as well. And price kind of just slowly rolled over, broke through that support, and been looking bearish since. But you can see the momentum, like I've been saying, is running out to the downside. You can see we had those 3 consecutive strong bearish candles, and from them we've just been having dojis and low and small body candles really. So again, a push to the upside is imminent. But you can see in the 4-hourly time frame, we're not quite ready yet, kind of just stuck moving to the downside. We do have this bit of a channel in the market here. If I connect the highs, so again, initial test there, second there, and then we have that third with the wick with the news yesterday, and again we've got this lower trend line here. So again, connecting the lows of the wicks there, so kind of getting squeezed in between those 2 trend lines. That I'll probably expect price to break to the upside and see that counter trend move into that daily support, now turn resistance. You can see kind of finding a little bit of a bottom there since we have those bullish candles coming in the market, but again, still no indication yet on the 4-hourly time frame. So we'll be seeing how we move throughout the day and tomorrow as well to see if we can get some indication. And if you do see a strong break of this trend line here, potentially could be seeing a test of that level, but no indication yet. So currently just in CAD JPY short trade, which is still kind of moving sideways there, and also CHF JPY, which we saw suddenly pick up to the downside there. So I'm expecting that trade to continue to the downside, to go and test around here, so around 116,500, which I believe is almost tested, or maybe has tested. So again, yeah, not quite tested yet. So again, still expecting price to continue to around that level there, and maybe have another bullish reaction, sorry, to the upside. But if you do break through this level here, you can probably see price drop a lot further to the downside. We do have this candle here, which will be acting as support as well. So again, to that area, or potentially all the way to the lows here, acting as resistance all the way across there. So they'll be acting as support now. So again, we could probably drop a lot further for CHF JPY if price was to remain bearish. But you can see we kind of just slowly rolled to the downside for CHF JPY, kind of had that strong push and then rolled over, and then so the momentum has increased. You can see in the hourly time frame as well. The 4H candle hasn't closed yet, so it can still pull back up, but if it does close how it does look quite bearish, and probably going to be expecting that momentum to continue to the downside. You can see on the daily chart we had that big push to the upside here. Those candles going to be expecting some retrace in the market, but probably going to be seeing price reverse back to the upside from a daily point of view after that retrace. Again, like I said, looking bearish. Our target is around here. I've already taken most of my profit on this one, so might look to close the trade here for CHF JPY, depending if we do get a bullish reaction. But if we just close right through it, and probably see just how long potentially can go to the downside for this one. And obviously CAD JPY kind of still moving sideways, but ultimately still looking bearish. So going to be seeing how those trades play out for the rest of the day, and I'll probably still be in them again tomorrow. So we're going to see how they get on. If anyone wants to follow me on my Telegram channel, I left a link to that in the live chat, and also the description below, because I post different trading setups on that Telegram channel. So make sure you go check it out. Links will be in the description. But like I said, it's the end of the live stream. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also leave a like on the video. But until the next one, I'll see you later.